What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Aerial Assault. I'm Zach, and today we're going to be talking about the new Classic 2 from Latitude. All right, like I said, we're going to be talking about the Classic from Latitude today, but before we get into it, you know, if you've been following my channel for a while, or maybe you're new here, you can go back and watch some other videos. But you know, I've not done many saddle reviews, and the reason is because I've worn a lot of different saddles, and what I think about a saddle, you may not think. And I've noticed that there's a bunch of different opinions. You know, there's so many different variables, you know, the width of it, your body shape, bridge length, tether height, whether you're a leaner, a sitter, there's so many things that go into it. So I'm not a fan of doing saddle reviews, but whenever I find something that is a great value to the customer, I feel like, you know, I'm obligated to tell my audience, and that's where I think this Latitude Classic falls in. $219 retail, I think, so $220, and it is a solid option. And you know, there's a lot of things that Latitude has done that they either started in the industry or they you know, have patented some things, like this rope belt. You'll see that I think there's maybe two other manufacturers that started the rope belt, and then it even slides through here so that you can put your knot on either side. You'll notice there's some other manufacturers that are now doing this with webbing belts. So they've been very innovative. But where I think I should talk about this saddle is the price point and the quality. I mean, there is not a stitch on this thing that is out of place, and I have sat in several different manufacturer saddles. I would say this is better or right at the top than the ones I've sat in. So with that being said, the nicest two saddles I've sat in were a TX5 and Arrow Hunter saddles. I have the original Yark, and it was made by Casey Jones himself. It was built phenomenally, but you could just see the quality in that. I mean, there was not a stitch missed. This is the same. I don't know who builds these. I know that they have a video on their channel or on their Facebook that, you know, I've seen that shows their manufacturer, but the people who are building these are obviously doing a really good job, and they are skilled laborers. So let's talk about some of the qualities that I think kind of makes this such a great value. First off, you'll notice it has a great shape to it. You know, it's rounded on the top, and they made it a little bit wider than the original Classic. You know, you have these big lineman loops, which I'm a fan of. I think any saddle that you use should have big lineman loops. I mean, it just makes the climb so much easier. It makes this in the dark so much easier. They added this loop in the front. That's not a big thing to me. I don't really get why that's there. You know, they said so you can move your pouches forward. I guess maybe if you're hanging your sticks off this or something. I don't know. It really doesn't do anything for me. But of course, now they all come with the rope bridge, so there's no metal on here, except for there is on the leg buckles. But even the leg buckles have been improved. As you can see here, there's a nice gate. And on the old ones, these things were so stiff. Now they open nice and easy, and they are removable. So if you're one of those people who prefers not to wear leg straps, and I would never suggest that, but if that's what you do, you can take them off and use it like that, or you can take these off and wear the saddle in, put these on at the tree. And I know that some people do that. But I think what sets this saddle apart from other saddles, I guess in the past, are these vertical webbing straps, or these vertical supports. They really seem to do a lot for you in the tree. Like, I've noticed that in the past on a mesh saddle, for whatever reason, even the pleated ones, when they would open up or whatever, it seemed like over time your weight kind of starts pushing into this mesh, and then you're almost kind of busting at the seams. And I'm not a big guy. I just always felt like, you know, this top band and this bottom band start, you know, cutting into me really well. these vertical loops really change that for me. This has been a really nice, comfortable saddle. You know, will I choose it over my TX5? I'll be honest with you, in some situations, maybe. You know, I'll probably use this if I'm hybrid hunting, like out of a tree stand. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But, I mean, we're talking a custom-made saddle compared to a mass-produced saddle. And for a mass-produced saddle at $220, I think this is an absolute steal. Another thing that you'll find that Latitude does is on these bridge loops. I believe there's a piece of rope in here. It used to be eye-plugs, maybe. I'm not sure what it is. But it makes moving these along your bridge loops really easy compared to others, even after weighted. You know, the others that are webbing, they kind of cinch down, they get too tight. And you also notice they swapped over to an Amsteel Bridge with this Amsteel Prusik. Mine is on the left-hand side. I reached out to them because I really didn't like that. I would prefer for it to be on the right-hand side. I think they have swapped this over now so that the Prusik is on the right-hand side. I kind of wish it was an option that you got to pick when you ordered. And I wish there was some kind of Prusik on here. The last I talked to them, they were working on an option that could be an add-on and you could add it to any existing saddle. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here and get in a tree and tell you why this is comfy, or I'm just telling you why it worked for me and why I think it's a great value. As you can see, it's a nice looking saddle. The colors work well. You know, I'm more than pleased with this. At the price point, I don't think it can be beat. I know there's a few saddles that are cheaper. You know, you got your Hawk. I think Custom Gear Modification makes a cheaper one. And I can't speak for their saddle. I've never used it. But what I can speak for is what is in my hand. And craftsmanship wise, this is absolutely top notch. And if you can get comfortable in a saddle, you can get comfortable in this one. You know, now that I've saddle hunted for several years, I feel like whether it be a TX5, a Phantom, you know, somebody's homemade saddle, as long as it's this general shape, has a bridge and a tether, I can find comfort in it in some way, fashion, or form. I believe that this will be a great saddle for a lot of people, and I think a lot of people overlook it because, you know, Latitude's known for the 2-panel. You know, it's a very cool design. I'm not a fan of 2-panel saddles. It's just not something I prefer. As a matter of fact, I hate them. I've tried them. I just could not get comfortable in them. So with that said, I think a lot of people overlook this and think that this is the lesser option from Latitude, and in my opinion, that's just not true. So, you know, that's the end of my rant. I hope this, you know, maybe helps some of you guys make a decision, because I know there's a lot of guys out there who are, you know, cost conscious. And I know there's a lot of guys who want their stuff quick because they've waited to the last minute, or maybe they feel like they need to practice some before they do get an opportunity to go to the woods. And that's a great thing about Latitude. Their stuff is in stock. Order it today, and, you know, it should ship out this week. I'm sure they get slammed sometimes and it won't, but, you know, just something to keep in mind. This is not something that you have to order ahead or wait months in advance for. And it is a really nice, quality, comfortable saddle. You know, as you can see, it's got a pretty good shape to it. I just really like this thing. And for 220 bucks, I don't think you can go wrong. But if you don't mind, please go below, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications. And until next time, guys.